Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy, it's a pleasure to be out in nature listening to the sound of this running river, knowing that the river gonna end into the sea, and the sea represents eternity, no beginning and no end. And in this life we have to experience the journey from humanity to divinity and live in our higher self. That's the reason why I choose to speak to you concerning these laws that governs the universe and governs all of humanity. And I'm gonna speak to you concerning a very simple law that anyone can just look outside and see, because it has to do with nature. And this law is the divine law of reproduction. And the divine law of reproduction states that every seed and every species would always reproduce after its kind, or after its own kind, and no one can change that. That's a law that can never be changed by anyone, even if they try to hybrid something or crossbreed something. It's not gonna work. I remember many years ago they would have tried grafting trees, like two trees together, but the limb from one tree and the limb from another tree, though it's coming from the same root and getting the same nutrients, each piece was bringing forth their own different kind of fruit. Okay, because we cannot change certain laws. And as you sow, so shall you reap. And as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Now, when you understand this divine law real deeply, it will open up a lot of things for you. That's the reason why I wrote a book called Can't Be Proven Wrong by Any Christian. And the reason why I did that was to show the simple law of reproduction, that every seed and every species reproduce after its own kind, can never be proven wrong. So by your fruit you shall be known. So I didn't do that book out of trying to prove that I have something against say Christians, okay, but to prove that you don't need a bunch of words, you don't need argument, you don't need disagreement, you don't need to dislike me, you don't need to call me a devil, you don't need to call me names. It is as simple as understanding the divine law of reproduction, that every species and every seed must reproduce after its own kind. And the very Bible says, unless a corn of wheat falls in the ground and dies, it abides alone. But if it dies, it brings forth much fruit. Which means, if you have gone through death, burial, and resurrection of self, the ego self, the old self, you will bring forth the life of the new man. And when you bring forth the life of the new man, everyone will see your fruit. That's the reason why the Bible says also that you must all be willing and ready to give an answer to them who will ask of the hope of your salvation. And I always teach you that true salvation is self-realization. So when you come to self-realization, you will understand that your thoughts is what is creating your reality. And then you will be able to create your reality consciously and come to understand that you are the Lord and master of your own destiny. Because when you come to discover yourself, you will also learn how to master your creativity. You will learn how to master to bring forth a certain personality. Because if you master your thinking capacity, it will bring forth a certain personality. So my brother and my sisters, wherever you are, it is as simple as looking at nature. That's why nature is our greatest teacher, and our experiences. And our experiences must always tie to nature. That is why simplicity is the key. So you cannot have wisdom and understand simplicity. Now most people who are religious minded, who have a religious mindset, it is because they are failing to understand simplicity. It is because they are failing to be observant of their environment. and learning from their environment, because manifestation don't tell lies. When something is manifest, it's right there staring you in the face. So my brother and my sisters, all of the facts, all of the truths are right there facing us. And all we have to do is just understand a few good laws. And these laws govern all of humanity. And they govern the whole universe also. There's no man in this world who could plant pumpkin and reap watermelon. It can't happen. No one could plant peas and reap corn. It can't happen. So why are we being so divided? Why are we arguing with each other about religion and about what food to eat and what food not to eat, what diet to go on? When the word diet have the word die in it, are we supposed to just be balanced? So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I see the rain start dewing. So I don't know how much outpouring this rain gonna bring down. So I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to encourage you to always walk in accordance with the laws that governs the universe, so that you'll be able to govern your universe and create your reality consciously. So with that being said, let me say that those of you who this message resonating with, I'm encouraging you to like, to share, and if you haven't subscribed as yet, I'm encouraging you to subscribe also. Now this message I bring to you, it's the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 says that if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. I'm saying to you, when you have the experience, you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that it is the dawning of a new day in your life. And that without the sun there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination there isn't anything made that was made. And that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. And we all have been empowered by the sun. Therefore, my encouragement to you is to use your mind power to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.